Hey guys, happy Thursday. So we are still on the same TEK as yesterday. So the TEK is 4.4D, which is all about using different strategies and algorithms to multiply numbers. Remember, this week we're focusing on multiplying by a one-digit number, and next week we'll start working on multiplying by a two-digit number. Yesterday we did multiplication using the distributive property. Today we're going to learn a new strategy called using area models to help us multiply a four-digit number up to a one-digit number. But before we learn that new strategy, you first need to maybe pause this and go grab a sheet of paper or your math journal or something to write with, because you're going to need to practice doing this with us as we are going over today's lesson. So pause right now, go make sure you have something to write with and a sheet of paper. And also, before we start, I want to teach you a little trick that is really going to come in handy as we use this lesson today. So say I have the number, let's say just like 3 times 5, right? We should all know what's 3 times 5? 15. Okay, but what if I had 3 times 50? Now here's a little trick. If I just ignore the 0 for now and just focus on, okay, 3 times 5, I know was 15. All you have to do is then count how many zeros you have in the equation. So look, here's 1 0. I need to add an extra 0. So 3 times 50 is 150. Now, same thing as if I had 3, let's say, times 500. I'm just going to focus on the digits. Ignore all zeros. So 3 times 5 is 15. Now, how many zeros do I have? For all of them is I have 2, so I need to add 2 zeros here. So 3 times 500 is 1,500. Even if I had, let's say, 30 times 50, I can focus just on the digits, ignore the zeros for now, and I have, okay, 3 times 5 is 15. How many zeros do you have? Here's 1, here's 2 zeros, so 1,500. So that's a little trick that's going to come in handy as we work on our lesson today. It works for any number with like multiplying by tens and hundreds like that. So let's say, 8 times 60. Well, I know 6 times 8 is 48, and then I'm going to add that 0 back in at the end. So 480. For any number at all. So let's say it's 200 times 7. Okay, ignore the zeros. So 2 times 7 is 14. And then how many zeros do I have in the equation? 2, so I need to add 2 zeros back in. 1,400. So that little trick is going to come in handy when we are learning about area models. So the strategy we're learning today is how to multiply using area models. And you're going to be practicing this today. So right now, if you'll grab that sheet of paper, we're going to practice these together. Your journal, something to write with. So let's say I have the problem 3 times 157. Right? I don't know what that is, but let me show you this new strategy. So just like when we had distributive property yesterday, we broke the number apart. In this case, we're going to break this second number, the larger one, apart into expanded form. So what is 157 in expanded form? It's 100 plus 50 plus 7, right? You see how I pulled that number apart? 157 is 100 plus 50 plus 7. We still don't know what it equals. An area model is we're going to use a rectangle to help us organize this information. So I have a 3-digit number, so I'm going to separate this box into 3 parts, and I'm going to put this 100 plus 50 plus 7 here across the top of my rectangle. and I'm going to multiply that times the 3. So I'm going to put a 3 on this side. So here I'm going to end up doing 3 different multiplication problems. So if I'm going to start here, I'm going to say, okay, what's 3 times 100? So in this box, I'm going to go 3 times 100. So this is kind of like the distributive property from yesterday. 3 times 100 goes here. Now how about this second box? 3 times 50. 3 times 50 in this box. And then this last box, 3 times 7, will go in this last box. Now let's actually solve for those 3 boxes. Okay, 3 times 100, 3 times 1 is 3. Add your 2 zeros back in, 300. 3 times 5 is 15. How many zeros? Just 1. So 150. And then this last box, 3 times 7 is 21. The last step is to add these partial products up. So I'm going to add 300 plus 150 plus 21. Okay, my ones place is a 1, my tens place is a 7, my hundreds place is a 4. So 157 times 3, the answer is 471. We're going to practice a couple more of these. If you need to pause and look at it again, go ahead and do that. Let's try a 4-digit one. So let's say 5 times 1,624. Don't know what it is, but we're going to draw an area model to help. Now notice this one was a 3-digit number, so it only had 3 boxes. This one is a 4-digit number, so we're going to have 4 boxes. I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to split it into 4 boxes. And I'm going to break this number apart. Remember just how we took 157 and put it in expanded form to do 100 plus 50 plus 7? Let's do the same thing with this number. So what is 1,624 in expanded form? It's 1,000 plus 600 plus 20 plus 4. And we're going to multiply that whole number by 5. So in this first box, it's 5 times 1,000. Okay, the second box is 5 times 600. This third one is 5 times 20. This fourth one is 5 times 4. Now we actually have to solve them. We can do it. Okay, 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. If you didn't know that, you could count by thousands: 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Or you could do 5 times 1 is 5. And then how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. Add 1, 2, 3 zeros. Now let's do this one. 5 times 6 is what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so 5 times 6 is 30. Now how many more zeros do I need? 1, 2. Add 2 more zeros. 3,000. Now 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 more zero, 100. And 5 times 4 is 20. The last step is to add up all these numbers. So we have 5,000, 3,000, 120. It's very important to line up, when you're adding, line up your place value. Notice you always have to make sure the ones are in line, the tens are in line, the hundreds are in line, and the thousands are in line. So here in my ones place, I have nothing, no ones. In the tens place, I have 2 tens. In the hundreds place, I have 100. And then in the thousands place, I have 5, 6, 7, 8. 8,000. So the answer is 8,120. The final answer. We're going to practice some more of these on the next page.